Alright, so I got this Zoom 9030 here. It's actually a second one that I have. The first one that I bought was something I bought brand new from Mahoney's Drum Shop here in Vegas, like in the end of '92, I believe. Over 25 years later, the thing is still going strong. I decided one day I wanted to get one off eBay so I could have a second one in case that other one ever broke or something. And so I got this one. Had a couple issues. One was that I guess this had got wet in here and it looked all cloudy and yucky. So I ended up taking that apart and cleaning it up, and now the display looks really nice. But the one thing it had a problem with is this one pot here, the control pot number 2. When you would turn it, the values on the screen would just be all completely erratic. And so I decided to take a look at it tonight, and I discovered that this particular pot had it was really super loose, and so when you would turn it, it wouldn't hold a value because it just was so loose, like it would just move. And like these guys were much tighter in comparisons. See a little, hopefully you can see that a little better there. And these are just like little PCB mount, little tiny pots. They're 100K linear, and this isn't something that's easily replaced. So I was sitting down looking at it, wondering how I could fix it, and what I decided I could do was just gently tap on this metal piece here. Yeah. There's a metal piece here that goes all the way around with this plastic body of the pot underneath, and then the metal parts are soldered onto the underside. So I just gently tapped this down with this little screwdriver and a mallet, and I was able to make that tighter, and now this will hold a value really nice. So the next trick is I got to get this back in here. I've already taken all this stuff out of here, but to get it all back together, you just kind of slip this wiring harness through here, and then this has to plug in 2 places on the board. This connector goes over here. Goes right there on the motherboard. See if we can zoom in a little bit here. And then so this cable connector goes there. This little sub PCB that's populated with all kinds of very tiny SMD parts. SMT, I guess, same thing. You have to plug this into these 2 sockets down below. There we go. And you got to put these 2 screws back in it. So there's 1. 2. Now this other jumper here has to go into that little socket right over there. So you can see there's a socket right there that you got to plug that into. Pop that down in there, it snaps in place, and so all that's back together. Then you have to replace the screw that holds this little this little sub-assembly together with the pots on it. And then this can pop back on here. There it goes. You put these knobs on just loosely. And now we can plug this guy in, turn it on, and I'll see what happens here. Everything should be working great now. So there's our Zoom 9030. Now I'm going to go in here and pretend like I'm going to adjust the value. In this second pot here now you can see it stays where you put it and the numbers aren't going all over the place like it was earlier. That's working really great now. It's a little stiffer than the other pots, but I can live with that. Now it's holding the value really nice. Before I'd, just be doing this and I wasn't even touching it. It was like going all over the place. So I'm going to say mission accomplished on that. The rest of this is pretty simple. There's just two little screws that holds the bottom of that on. And then you stick the cover back on it, two screws on the two sides, and boom, you're done. It's actually a pretty simple repair to do. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. I've had this thing for a few years and it just occurred to me tonight that, hey, maybe I could try to fix that. And so I did. So hopefully maybe this helps somebody with a Zoom 9030 that has a wonky control. That's potentially one way you could fix it, other than maybe having to replace the pot itself. I don't know how hard they're to get, but pretty simple fix. Yep. So I don't know how many people have Zoom 9030s out there anymore, but if you do have one and this helped you, let me know. Leave me a comment. Alright, well, thanks for watching. See you next time.